Hi guys, I'm back with Laura Ricci, a holistic nutritionist here in the Toronto area. She's also the founder of Kitchen Healing Co. And Laura, thanks so much for being here with us.
Thanks for having me.
And last final question for you, Laura. I just wanted to pick your brain a little bit in terms of why you think nutrition has become so complicated and overwhelming for so many of us. I know you touched on in your last question this idea that health and nutrition are so interconnected with mindset, and I wholeheartedly agree with you around that. But if we're just thinking about why so many of us end up getting confused about nourishing our bodies, I wonder if you can speak a little bit to that in terms of how do we get out of that place?
Sure. I think there's a couple things. I think a main thing would be we've become so disconnected from our bodies, and we don't know where the food that we eat comes from. Many people just know that it comes from the grocery store, and that's as far as it goes. We don't think about, the farmer that grew it, or the soil where it was grown, or what kind of all the different steps it takes to get it to the grocery store. And we don't necessarily realize how different foods make us feel. So I think, again, listening to your body is a big key there. I also feel like the ability to prepare food and the interest in preparing food in our society is really undervalued. So because we're so go, get things done quickly, people just want a quick fix. They want something that's easy to put, in the microwave or something like that. And that leads people to go for processed foods. And then another big thing would be all the media that we're exposed to. So social media, the internet, we're exposed to so many different conflicting ideas about what the right way to eat is. And there is no right way, there's right way for some people, but it may be horrible for others. So I think that a lot of the times with social media, things can get really confusing because there's a lot of people that have, wide audiences, such as influencers and celebrities, and they can have absolutely no education and training in health and wellness, and yet they can post something, and because of their status, they're taken very seriously, and that becomes some people's belief that certain things are good, certain things are bad. So I think that with all this exposure, we have to very much employ critical thinking constantly in order to kind of weed out what we think is true. And that can be very overwhelming and confusing for people. So I think, just, working with somebody who is an expert in these things, and also listening to your body are two of the biggest things that you can do to make it less confusing.
Amazing. Yeah. I love that. And I agree. And I, just to echo that, I think, I really think that us becoming experts in our own healing and our own nutrition and our own fitness and all of these pieces is hugely critical in order for this narrative to change, because I think that we've outsourced this to other people for a long time. And not that I don't think that you or I could provide people with higher level strategy, but I think the foundational work is just setting an intention to use food to fuel your body. And going back to, the very first thing that you had sort of talked to us about is this idea of eating whole foods, eating nutrient dense foods. And what if you looked at a label, and if there was anything more than 5 ingredients on it, it was like, probably not considered in the whole foods category, not a list of things to avoid, not a list of things that you need to consume every day. But what if we just got more intentional around opting for foods that had fewer ingredients on their list, and then really going from there, knowing that we do need to have a level, like a foundation in place before we can start doing higher level stuff. And not, again, I think that it's a really interesting concept, because I do, you know, I know both of us will end up seeing clients that want high level, you know, that want to go from 0 to 100, and it's just not sustainable. You know, we don't go from 0 to 100, whether it's workout, whether it's diet, whether it's anything. We need to just slowly take action and commit to being a little bit better than yesterday, you know, and like just being more mindful and being more mindful. And then over time that will land you over here where you want to be. But it isn't about fads. It isn't about the next antioxidant fruit from the Amazonian jungle. It's really just about, reconnecting with foods that have few ingredients on labels or no labels with ingredients at all. And so anyway, and then of course, you and I are always here to support that higher level, that strategy as experts, but wanting to really give every individual expert status in terms of recognizing, how is this food making me feel? Because that's, you and I are going to ask our clients right away, how does that make you feel? How's your digestive system? Do you feel bloated after eating? Do you feel heavy after eating? Do you feel burpy after eating? Do you feel gassy? Do you feel tired? Do you feel energized? And so again, starting with being the observer of how you feel when you're consuming food, I think is a beautiful starting point in terms of reconnecting, right, with that whole experience. But anyway, I'm rambling. Okay, well, thank you so much for all of your insight and for imparting all of this wisdom on us. And I do really look forward to reconnecting again. So thanks so much for being here, Laura.
Yeah, thanks. It was great.
Okay, take care.